Joining me live now from Bengaluru, Karnataka is Mohammad Nalapad. He's president of the Karnataka Youth Congress, and Nalapad also happens to find himself also under attack through this BJP book because he has been portrayed as a home minister to Siddaramaiah if he comes to power. Nalapad, this whole Tipu Sultan metaphor is hardly new. We've seen it so many times before. It always comes up. The cover of that book, has been very tellingly painted green. He's holding a sword. He's wearing the Tipu hat as well. Your first reactions to this, because the Congress has, for now, managed to fight off this book with a stay from the court. But your reactions to this book, Nalapad?
Hi Shiv, thanks for having me on the show. So Shiv, as you said, their narrative has already gotten old. There's nothing new that they have to say. They've been saying the same old things multiple times. And the people of Karnataka are ready to send them back home. They know that there is no way that they can win these elections. So they're going down below the belt and hitting on personal allegations on our leader like Siddaramaiah ji. Whereas in the 5 years that he was in power, it was the most peaceful, the most easy to do business was during his tenure. There was no number of corruption. Today, there is a contractor association president who said of 40% he's already arrested in jail. There are 3 people who suicided because of this 40-50% of allegation. So there is so much high rate of corruption amongst the BJP that they don't have any other narrative to sell. They were in power for the last 4 years. If we had done corruption, what were they doing? They were sitting and eating chocolates. They should have probed all the cases and attacked us. They should have arrested our leaders. But why did they keep quiet for 5 years, 4 years, and now wake up and say that you were corrupt? You had all the missionaries, you have all the departments. You should have done a case on all our leaders and checked what corruption we have done. The charge sheet that they have, they should have brought into place and made sure that our leaders went to jail. There is no way, there was no corruption. People were the ease of doing business in Karnataka was so high. Everybody was investing in Karnataka. But today, the investment into Karnataka has dropped. New businesses coming into Karnataka has dropped. The development of Karnataka has dropped because of this BJP regime. Their only focus here is trying to spread communal hatred. Hatred amongst all the people of Karnataka. And today, there is no investment coming into Karnataka because of this communal clashes. In Shimoga, there is no people coming. Dakshin Kannada, there is no people coming. Nobody wants to come into Karnataka because of this unstable and communal government.
Nalapad, okay, the attacks against Mr. Siddaramaiah are understandable because he's a former chief minister, popular mass leader, a person who has led an incumbent government, a leader who doesn't pull his punches. So, I am not surprised by the attacks against him because like we just said, the attacks are not new. They have just come sharpened in the form of this book. What I want to also ask you is the subliminal message in all this attention that is being paid to Mr. Siddaramaiah. Because today we also saw him, Nalapad, in Kolar, where he sort of pronounced himself as the candidate from Kolar. Of course, he added one caveat saying subject to approval from the High Command. But it seems from the outside that Mr. Siddaramaiah, whether he's cutting a cake that says next chief minister or giving himself a ticket for candidature in Kolar, he appears to be the man in control. He's the guy calling all the shots in Karnataka.
Yeah, Shiv, the Congress party has got a history and Congress party function in a certain way. The High Command decides, makes the calls, High Command calls all the shots. Today the Congress High Command is Sri Mallikarjun Kharge ji. Whatever the final statement, final word on any ticket or on any seat will be from the High Command. Sri Siddaramaiah, the opposition leader, is also entitled to his own seat. He has been fighting and he's been a face of the Karnataka Congress and he has been fighting within, he's been fighting the BJP in the front. So he has, anyways he's going to contest a ticket and we all knew that he's going to contest from Kolar. There's nothing that is a shocker for us.
But nobody does that. But Nalapad, nobody says I am going to contest from here subject to the High Command's approval. That, that seems like a power play. That's like a, that's like an ultimatum given to the High Command almost. Saying I'm in charge.
You're getting it all wrong. See, when Mr. D.K. Shivakumar became the PCC president, that time we had lost all the by-elections We had lost the MP election, and that is when Mr. D.K. Shivakumar came into play, and he became the PCC president. And today we are going to come into power in 2023 is definite. So it is a combination between the leadership that played to get it to this space. It is not one-man show at all. The Congress believes in collective leadership, and all parties together, all angles together, is what is going to bring Karnataka Congress to the government here in 2023.
But how do you dispel this perception, Nalapad? And you know, from the outside, I'll be very frank with you. The Karnataka election seems like a really good fight. You know, it's not going to be a one-sided battle by any stretch of imagination. You know, many people believe that this is an election that the Congress could very, very likely, you know, emerge victorious in, given many different, combinations and factors. But putting that aside for just a moment, how do you dispel the perception that, you know, that there is a feud going on, that there is a tug of war going on, despite all these claims of collective leadership between Siddaramaiah and Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, which ultimately could be damaging to both and therefore the party, because Mr. Siddaramaiah is cutting cakes, claiming tickets, etc. Mr. Shivakumar is here in the Bharat Jodo Yatra, you know, practically every other week. So how do you dispel that perception that all is well?
Yeah,
or rather underscore.
I work very closely with the CLP and with the PCC. I understand the dynamics between both of them. There is no problem at all. More so it is a media creation that there is a feud between the two. You're going to see in the coming days, they're doing a bus yatra together, then they're doing it individually. So there is no misunderstanding between the two. Both of them are main assets of the Congress party. Without one another, we cannot fight this election. Without Mr. Shivakumar is a great organizer and a great person that pulls in everything together. Mr. Siddaramaiah is a great orator, he's a great crowd puller. So both of them together is what Karnataka Congress is. So there is no one man away here. And Congress party has always been a high command party. Whatever the high command decides, we all will abide by it.
Final question then, Nalapad. Only 3 months to go now for the election. Will there be, you know, I know that the Congress in many cases does not announce a chief ministerial face, but will there be some kind of a decision or announcement one way or the other?
I don't think so, Shiv. We are going into election in another 3 months. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi, when he came here, also made it very clear. Our in charge, Sri Ranjit Singh Surjewala ji, has also made it very clear that it is going to be a collective leadership. It is not going to be an individual. It is going to be a collective leadership that is going to bring Karnataka Congress to power.
Okay, collective leadership. We'll have to see how that plays going forward. But one thing is beyond doubt. For today, Siddaramaiah is in the crosshairs of the BJP and certainly on the target of all the media cameras. Nalapad, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time and being with me here on India Today. Thanks very much. Thanks very much.